Well, hey there, YouTube. I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Here we are midweek, or I'm shooting this midweek. Who knows when you'll watch it. Got the paper signed on the house on Monday, so everything's a done deal. Getting settled into the new place. Went and changed addresses and renewed driver's license this morning, and yeah, just kind of getting my new routine down here. But today I want to talk about raw vegan diet rules and what I focus on. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, why don't you go down there and hit that subscribe button, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel and can come back and check out some more of my content. The raw vegan diet rules. I use that for clickbait. There are no rules. I mean, and also too, even though yes, raw vegan diet, that is the title. It's only a diet in the sense of it describes how we eat, but it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. Ergo, there are no rules. There are no rules. I get questions here and on Instagram all the time that are very specific. It's like, is this allowed? I mean, think about something like that. A lot of times I do this on myself, so I'm not preaching at anybody else or knocking anybody else. I do it myself. Sometimes before you ask something, think about how it sounds to you and think about how it would sound maybe even if it was on another subject. There's no rules. I'll have all the time, can I eat this? Is this allowed on a raw food diet or a raw vegan lifestyle? Well, use your common sense, I guess. Technically, the only thing that that is a rule because it's called vegan is that it's vegan. It's plant-based vegan. But other than that, there's not like a lot of like hard, fast rules. What I focus on is how I feel. That's always been what I've tried to focus on since day one, since I started doing this lifestyle. Let me make something real clear though, since I talk about this a lot of times and I talk about, not focusing on or stressing about like 100% raw food diet or a total raw food diet, but don't read into that. I'm not knocking it. If you're doing, I'm not ever trying to discourage anybody from doing fully raw, all raw. The only thing I'm trying to say is it's like that's just what I find too many people obsess over, and there's really not that many people doing a fully raw food diet. Even a lot of the people creating content, they go off and on. They don't make it last for very long, or either they just flake out at some point. And it's like sometimes I think people are striving for some sort of perfection that they're maybe not going to reach, and then they're beating themselves up over that unnecessarily. Just meaning like there's more important things to focus on than the fact of is this little thing raw? Does this fit within? Will I be able to call myself a fully raw vegan? And I focus on nutrition. I've been trying to preach that message for a long time, is to focus on the nutrition of what you're putting into your body, more so than you're just always thinking raw or not raw or raw or whatever. The main reasons for somebody that might be new and hasn't, and sorry if you're hearing this for the 500th time, the reason that I've included any cooked food in my diet for the last 4 years since I've been back in the States is look, I got a visitor back here, is because of my weight. I have a hard time keeping weight on. And just doing the totally raw thing for years, it was just like I always felt like I needed a little bit more meat on my bones. Pardon the word meat, but I needed a little bit more to carry a little bit more weight, and I feel better carrying a little bit more weight. I just feel a little bit more solid. Now, don't get me wrong, I felt good before. I felt great before, so I wasn't lying to you when I was in Costa Rica and telling you I felt the best I ever did in my life. Wasn't real happy with how skinny I looked. I did kind of have like this, emaciated look because I'm probably a good 10 solid pounds heavier now than I was when I was in Costa Rica. Just being at 6'2" in the mid to upper 150s, it's just way too low. I've just found like I've settled around in the mid 160s. The mid 160s, about 170 is my sweet spot. So yeah, the only reason I've ever done that, mainly the reason I had cooked food, is because gives me a little calories in there to add the weight on. But I don't have a problem with cooked food. I mean, I know a lot of you out there are evangelicals on the subject of this raw thing, and cooked food is the devil and all this stuff. But, you know, and like I say, once again, I think too many people about a lot of different subjects on the internet are wasting a lot of time these days just arguing back and forth. You do you, I'll do me. See how you feel, though. And that's something else that I've stressed since day one. Instead of just watching me, listening to me, trying to hang on every word, trying to ask me how I do every single thing, listen to your body. Use this stuff on yourself. As you're learning about this, as you've watched my videos, as you try some of the things that I've suggested, or some of the things that I eat, or maybe you've made some of the things, some of the recipes I've shared, how do they make you feel? That's where the proof is right there. It's not about raw, not raw, what's in here, what's in there. How do you feel? How's your digestion? How's your energy level? How's your skin? Do you get sick often? You know, little things like that. Do you feel good? Do you just generally feel good every day? I generally feel good every day. And as a former drunk, that was new to me 9 years ago when I came into this lifestyle. And like I say, and also too, like there's a lot of people out there that'll push back anytime you don't preach anything but the pure raw vegan lifestyle. And it's like, if you were doing it, listen, we need content creators out there, and there's always room for more information. Instead of just nitpicking away on social media and in comments on YouTube videos, if you're fully raw and you're really thriving on it, create some content. Why aren't you creating content if you are doing so well on this fully raw diet? Because I don't see that many people that are actually thriving on it. And the reason so many people are not actually thriving on it, wait for it right here, I'm not throwing raw under the bus. I'm not saying they're not thriving because raw is not the right way to go. They're not thriving because they're not focused on that nutrition. They're not, okay, the fruit. We kind of all, or most of us, are people that tend to watch my videos tend to agree. Yes, lots of fruit. We all eat lots of fruit. A lot of people do not put the importance on the greens that I believe they do. And that's going to always be part of my message. Listen, if you don't agree on the greens, you might just want to skip that part of videos I talk about or content I put out, because I don't see anything that could come out that's going to ever make me not be focused on the greens. So you got your fruit for the bulk of the calories. You've got your greens in there. What have I been talking about a lot lately? You've got variety. You're not just eating, like I've done in the past. I'm always evolving. I'm always trying to learn. You're not just eating these few things. You are getting a wide variety, because the more variety we put into our body, basically that variety, like I say, I've been doing this for the past year now, really adding a lot of variety in there. And I can tell in that gut health. I can just tell in my continued overall health how I feel. So stop asking for rules. And also too, let me just put this in perspective. Sometimes there'll be some smart ass, usually on Instagram, that says, well, why do you say raw food diet, or why do you say raw vegan lifestyle if you're eating some cooked food? Well, it's for brevity's sake. It's just for keeping it simple. I'm not going every single time like break it down like, okay, I eat 96% raw and 4% cooked. It's just, I say raw food diet because I've been following a very high in the upper 90 percentile for almost 9 years now. And to me, that's not even something that I ever want to even focus on. It's not like I'm defensive about it. If somebody calls me out for I'm not fully raw, I'm like, yeah, haven't I been saying that for a long time here? So, like I say, a lot of times we put these labels on ourselves, and it's not just with food. It's in life in general. Everybody likes to be on a team. Everybody likes to have a name to call themselves. Everybody likes that label. I don't know. I guess it makes them feel like they're part of something. And I know I'm kind of a weird old dude, and I live by myself. I spend a lot of time by myself. I overthink things, but I think about things a lot. And like I say, I've just got more time than the average human to pay attention to what I'm putting into my body and kind of being very aware of the subtleties of how I feel. I mean, I understand when people are running around and maybe they have a little bit busier life than I do, that you don't necessarily are aware of everything going on in your body or every feeling you have. But like I say, you will be like somebody, I think it was in the last video, I don't think it was Instagram, I think it was the last video here, somebody commented, perfection is the enemy of good. And that is a great saying here, because I think so many people are shortchanging themselves, are not being as healthy as they could be, because they're always focused and always worrying and obsessing about perfection, when they just kind of, instead, like I'm always preaching, keep chipping away. Learn more, do better. Learn more, do better. Take one step forward, take another step forward. So to sum it up, really, I guess what I would say is just get in tune, get more in tune with an awareness of your body. And instead of, like I say, like just think, okay, am I following this? Or this person says I need to get this, so let me go down their checklist. Check in with yourself. How do you feel? How is this stuff actually making you feel? And one thing, and I'll finish on this though, is you've got to do it for a while. I mean, you can't do something for 2 or 3 weeks and then just be, okay, well, that didn't work, and move on to the next thing. So you have to do this for a little bit for some results to show up, and also too, to give yourself, your senses that time or that awareness to, in other words, what I'm trying to say is you've kind of got to give your body a little bit of time to develop that awareness that, like I have, and like I know a number of people have, about the things they put in their body. If you will just like focus on learning good nutrition, focus on the basics, keep it simple, and just tune into that awareness, you're going to feel as you keep going on and on and on, if what you're doing is right or what you're doing is not. And that's the biggest indicator of how you should be eating right there, is how what you're putting into your body makes you feel. That's all it's about right there. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you here at the end of the week. Peace.